Hello, I am Jagger J, and today I've decided to talk about something which I love doing, which is debating. I love the idea of talking to opposite views, if of course the other person is also open to a debate, and I love learning new views based on their opinions and views on the matter at hand, which many of you may have been able to guess about me due to my The Furry Bubble video I made a little while ago. And although I am not trying to start any drama, I have a sudden urge to pose a question to you all. Do you think the furry fandom is too complicated for new people? As this is a debate, please tell me in the comments below, and attempt to be civil. Although I know YouTube well already, so do as you see fit really. With that all being said, let's begin! Now first off, how is the furry fandom really complicated? Well, the newcomers of the fandom who are trying to get used to all the technical terms within the fandom, as well as all the new species and everything thrown their way. It can be tough to get into. Many technical terms such as persona and yiff can be a little alien to people who do not do any research into the furry dictionary, and, as new words are seemingly pumped out every day, it can be hard to keep up. However, in defense of all this, these words are not a major part of the fandom at all. You can be a furry and you don't have to know what the difference between a mersuit and a fursuit is. Although, before you try another person's fursuit, you might want to look up what a mersuit actually is. Anyway, as well, the new words are for massive fans of anthropomorphic animals and can easily be taught to those who do not know what they mean. Second point, there are too many types of furries out there. I mean this as in there are too many names and classes within the furry fandom that can be extremely confusing to new people. For instance, there are diaper furs, micros, macros, ferals, amphros, centaurs, fursuiters, mersuiters, popular furs. The list goes on and on. I do understand that these are just lists that people can be put in, which means that you can be a diaper, micro, cub, feral, popular fur, furry, but having an abundance of names can somewhat lead to a confusion to new people. However, the counter could be that these words are used to distinguish the differences between a diaper microfur and a cub amphro. I know for people who are new I sound utterly confusing with what I say, but stick with me. You are not required to understand any of these words, as the furry fandom is, by definition, not dedicated to any of these classes and names within the community, and is instead dedicated to being a fan of anthropomorphic characters in movies and games. AKA meaning that only the dedicated furries will care about these titles. As well, other fandoms also give specific names for certain areas of their fandom. For instance, gamers have hardcore gamers, noobs, trolls, campers, hackers, modders, and all of that technical stuff that people who are not gamers will not understand. And my third and final point of the day, apart from the names and the words within the furry fandom, joining the fandom oddly feels like being accepted into a cult. This ties back to the things I mentioned about the different words and rules, but from personal experience, when you are wanting to join the furry fandom and see this big list of what to say and what not to say, as well as new words that seemingly pop up every day, then it can be a massive turn-off for a newcomer to the fandom. I would know, as a long time ago, this was the reason I delayed being a furry for a few weeks, before I watched a furry YouTuber known as Bakari and understood that the furry fandom was not as complicated as I first thought it was. Which brings me on to my next point, that although the furry fandom seems overly complicated and filled to the brim with words and phrases that you may not even want to use, many people have joined it one way or the other. This is most likely due to people being so into being a furry that even if they see the list of complicated words, they're not too deterred by it. And if they are not feeling too sure about the whole fandom, then they can go watch furry YouTubers and see if that's what they really want. For instance, I want to watch a furry YouTuber by the name of Bakari, and I remember quite clearly the words that got me into the fandom going along the lines of, ask yourself 2 questions. Do you like anthropomorphic animals, and do you want to be a furry? And it's one of the reasons I began making furry content on my own YouTube channel, so I can do the same thing and help other people into the fandom. But anyway, enough of all this. This has been a debate, so there's no need to continue rambling about why I began making furry content for YouTube. And as this is a debate, I hope wholeheartedly for you to get involved in some way. Do you consider the furry fandom to be too complicated? If not, then how come? And are there any points I made that you can argue against? Feel free to tell me in the comments below. I really want to see people's opinions on all of this, and possibly this new idea I had, starting alongside the furry information stuff and the story writing videos. Feel free to tell me in the comments below if you want me to continue this debate content, or if you want me to stop. And as always, have a great day.